Hello everyone, and welcome to Discount Benefit Solutions webinar on creating an effective presentation. A presentation is very important to your pitch and can help you close a deal. You may feel that you know FreeRxPlus inwards and backwards. However, those that you're presenting to often are completely new to the business and have no idea about its benefits or how it's helpful. Be sure you have a presentation that applies to your prospect and will pique their interest in our unique opportunity. For example, you may find yourself pitching to a business or doctor's office to be able to distribute your cards there, or to a consumer who's just interested in saving on their prescriptions. You may also need to make a presentation to individuals who are interested in joining your sales force and distributing their own FreeRxPlus cards. You can make a presentation in a variety of ways. It could be a phone script, an email, a slideshow, or information highlights that are on a handout or flyer. These are all technically presentations because you're presenting FreeRxPlus to the prospect, often for the first time, or at least you're supplementing information that you've already given. There are both non-visual and visual presentations. Most typically, the only non-visual presentation you'll be making is through a phone call. Be sure to practice your sales call phone techniques. Ask if it is a good time immediately. Never overspeak your prospect. Ask if they have questions a few times throughout the presentation. And be sure to smile with your voice. In your phone call, go over highlights of the program. Be sure not to overshare. Presenting too much information and too quickly can confuse and overwhelm. After going over highlights, ask if there are any questions. Once you're done with your phone call, or if your prospect didn't have time to talk, ask if there's a way to send along extra visual info. That can be either a flyer, a letter with a copy of your card attached, emailing a slideshow presentation, or an email with a general overview of your conversation. Be sure to check out training tools and marketing tools in your back office for examples of good phone scripts. There are a few different types of visual presentations that you can make. One of the first most popular ones would be an email. It's sending an email, making a presentation that way. Try to use the customer or business name in the subject line if you know it. Keep introduction emails to highlights of the program. Emails that are too long have the tendency to be deleted without being read or being read entirely. If you've created a slideshow, which we'll talk about later, be sure to include an attachment or a link to it. Also, be sure to include your website link, an image of your card, all of your relevant contact information, and put in some personal touches. You can compliment the business or their website, or address the email to a specific person throughout if you know exactly who you're trying to reach. By following a few extra tips and going a few extra steps, you're making sure that you will stand out as a FreeRxPlus representative. Make your email pitch as conversational as possible without losing the appropriate business feel. As discussed a little bit ago, this may take you doing some research before attempting to connect. The more personalized the email feels, the better chance you have of connecting with the decision maker or making the connection to accomplish whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Another type of visual presentation is a mailer or a letter script that is sent in the mail. If you're sending out several letters, you will need a generic wording that will work for anyone. If you're able to fine-tune exactly where your mailers or letters are going to, this may not be as much of a need. But if you're sending out a large amount of letters, such as a direct mail campaign with the post office, make sure that the wording is generic. You can visit marketing tools and training tools in your back office once again for great scripts and toolkits for various scenarios. There are also mailers available in the online store of your back office that are great and already include an overview and highlights of the program. You will find that these are particularly useful for trying to connect with individuals who may need your card. If you decide to write your own letter, be sure to include your website link, a copy of your card physically, or at least an image of it, and all of your relevant contact information. You can also feel free to include screen grabs, such as an image of your website or an image of the online pricing tool. Slideshows are great to use as a follow-up sales method or even an initial presentation. A quick slideshow is great for email or in-person pitches. If you have a tablet or mobile device that you can carry with you when making in-person calls, you can play that slideshow for the prospect that you're speaking with. It's recommended that you create 3 different presentations. One that is consumer-focused and goes over benefits of the card and how it can help save on medications. Another for those interested in joining FreeRxPlus is a sales representative. And then one more for businesses or offices that you would like to distribute your card. Use visuals and less text when possible. Going back to sending out letters, you can include a lot of the same images, such as a screenshot of your website, or a screenshot of your website that even explains how to navigate the site, an image of your card, a screenshot of the online pricing tool, and so on. You can record your voice as you give the presentation and save as a video file. This will allow you to go into further detail on some points without overwhelming text. It will also allow you to put the same emotion and tone into your presentation that you are able to present with typical in-person meetings. You can do a quick search on Google or the internet for free voiceover programs that will allow you to accomplish this. If you do record your voice over your slideshow or presentation, be sure to note that either in the email or the communication that you're sending out, that they should turn up their speakers to be able to hear your voice. If you choose not to do a voiceover and record going into further information on your presentation, be sure that your slides are full of information that will allow your prospect to know what you're talking about and to go into further detail. But once again, make sure that you're not overwhelming them with written text or information. Be sure to know your audience. As we stated earlier in this presentation, a presentation for an individual or family who needs to save on their medications should be and will be different than a presentation for a business or office that you would like to distribute your cards. The same goes for individuals you may be trying to reach out to sign up to distribute the FreeRxPlus cards. Think about past situations and individuals you encountered when distributing your card. Take these into consideration when designing your presentation. For example, if you find yourself being asked the same question a great deal, include that in your presentation. Don't be afraid to let your personality shine through your script or slideshow. Be sure to practice your voice and tone for both your written and visual presentation. Smile with your voice. And be sure to go into enough information on your presentation, just as you would in person. Just because you're sending off something that's been pre-recorded or pre-written doesn't mean that you still can't be positive to your prospects. Ask someone to look over your presentations and give advice before beginning to actually use them on prospects. If the individuals looking over your presentation have any recommendations or extra questions, you might want to consider including them in the various presentations. Thank you for joining us today as we discuss creating an effective presentation. Be sure to visit our website at www.freerxplus.com for further details on how you and those you know can receive savings.